What up, TikTok? Hey, hope everybody's having a great Friday. Hey, don't let anything that's negative in your life dictate the rest of your life. Does that make sense? Hey, we all go through some hard times. We all go through some emotional stressors, maybe at work, maybe at home, whatever it may be. Don't let that dictate who you are and how you react to the rest of the things that life throws at you. Does that make sense? Like if you're feeling pissed off and angry all morning or all day, you're going to take that energy and you're going to present it to everybody else that surrounds you, your loved ones, your soldiers, whoever it may be. You're going to use that negative energy and it's just going to make everything worse. Try to be positive. Pick something positive in life that's going really well. Use that positive energy and let that dictate the rest of your day. We can harp on the negatives. We can harp on the bad things that are going on in life. It's not going to help us. It's not going to help us move forward. Stay strong, keep pushing, drive on. Happy Friday.
What's up, Trash Talkers? Hitting you up this morning with a special promo on how to dress when you're doing PT in civilians, but you want everybody to know you're an Army. This comes from the Buddy Beckwith fashion design of how to work out. So first, you can notice the RI panties. Not Ranger panties, but Ranger Instructor panties. The green socks, the knee brace for the old guys. Don't forget the M frames. Now the shirt, don't wear the Trash Talk shirt while you're running. This is just for the promo. You want to put on like an 80-second shirt or like your favorite airborne shirt so everybody knows that you're a veteran. That's the most important thing. And you start with this stretch. Buddy Beckwith taught me this one. Ready to go.
So, I'm walking out of the gas station and my co-worker, who's an old MP, but we still claim him, and has engaged the man in conversation. Not much for conversation with strangers, but he's got the tab. So, as I walk by, I say airborne, and the man responds with, and I quote, "Hoorah." So, after I instructed my co-worker to slash every single tire before he put the car in gear, I looked for the biggest rock. As I crow hop to throw it through his back window so he can stop posing as one of us, I actually wake up and realize that the man's ignorance had incapacitated me for a moment, and I was daydreaming. I mean, because in that moment you got two options. I chose the third option and said, "Incorrect. That's an incorrect response." And I kept walking. The man said nothing and he pulled away. So you tell me, what is it, a stolen valor thing? No Marine's gonna have an airborne tab, and no paratrooper's gonna say hidden hoorah. So you tell me, stolen valor?
Hey, y'all, I'm going to work. I left you a note on the refrigerator. I love y'all. I'm gonna go.
Hey, go get dressed. Get ready for school.
You're doing great. I was tooling along. Shit! Bad guy! Stop!
Let me break it down Barney style.
What's up, sports fans? Are you looking for a job? Do you want to change in careers? Do you want to own your own business? I got the answer for you. This show is brought to you by FleetTex. FleetTex is partnering with veterans with mechanical or electronic experience. FleetTex specializes in on-site deployment of GPS tracking equipment and cameras for fleet vehicles across our nation. Check out what they do at www.fleettex.com. Apply today. Currently targeting veterans living in Michigan, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee. Local work and travel opportunities may be available in other areas. FleetTex proudly supports our military, its service members, our veterans, and their families. Enjoy the show.
This is the Veteran Trash Talk Hour, hosted by Nick, Dave, Joe, and Buddy. Real warriors making fun of other real warriors. Try to not get triggered.
What's up, everybody? Holy shit, the three of us in the same room.
Well, we're not
Not
in
in
a
a
room at all.
Well, we're outside.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
gonna start.
we're
The
gonna-
dumpster fire has already started. Yeah, already fucked it all up. I don't even know who our sponsors are.
Yeah.
Who are they? Fleet Tech?
Fleetex and
Tenth Mountain.
10th Mountain
Well, we have
Distillery
the 10th Mountain vodka, I swear.
Yep.
This is another vodka. This is 10th Mountain.
Where can you find them though?
at 10thmountain.com.
10thwhiskey.com.
Whiskey.com.
Well, if you go to 10th Mountain, it'll take you to a link. It's a hyperlink. I don't know if you know that. And
Oh.
It'll take you directly to
Hyperlink.
And what
10th.
about Fleet Tech? Can you tell us a little bit about Fleet Tech? What they do for us, buddy?
Joe works for him
Yeah.
on
yeah.
Saturdays.
Shout out to Joe.
He makes money putting in Fleet Tech's equipment to GPS locate cars.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
That's good. And
Thank
they
you.
hire veterans, and
And
they've
they
been doing a
do
lot of
hire
great
veterans.
stuff.
Like seriously, if you need a
Yeah.
job and you want to make good money, like you're gonna make in between $70,000 and $100,000 a year. Right? You just got to work hard, and like we ask, be a steward of veteran trash talk, and don't be a dipshit if they hire you.
Yeah.
Okay, like because then you make us all look bad, and then we got to send Buddy after you,
Yeah,
right?
And you
I
don't
mean,
want
look
him
at
to, yeah.
He has nothing else to do.
don't.
Yeah.
Other than college courses, which
Yeah.
I got all my homework done today. Teach.
Yeah, you were doing some
So we're
homework
done.
earlier. That was
I'm
good.
Finished.
Yeah,
I'm finished
that was
with all the
good.
homework.
Yeah.
I got.
We have an audience too. Can the audience clap real quick?
Live studio
Another deal,
audience.
yeah.
Live studio audience. Built
Yeah.
in front of a live studio
Yeah.
audience today. Yeah.
So we just got all together for my bachelor party today, and
Bachelor party / wedding.
Slash wedding, yeah,
Most
of
people
course,
give
yeah.
a day or so.
Yeah.
before.
When you're like,
and
what,
I gotta make it
What are you,
to the wedding
39?
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, 41.
41.
Yeah.
Same age as me.
Yeah.
Wow.
40
You look way
yeah,
older
Yeah,
than
well, I
me,
mean,
that's-
I didn't go recruiter halfway through my career.
Wow.
Right, I actually put in work for
Yeah.
most of my
Stress.
military
And
career.
I made it
Stress,
20 years. He got out
yeah.
after 19.
Because-
Oh.
because we had to fight.
Ding, 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 ding.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you tend to get broken when you fight. But
Yeah.
you don't really get a bachelor party when you're 40.
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Yeah, I didn't want one either. I had a
Yeah,
bunch of.
just-
I had some buddies, like my buddy Charlie in Vegas, was like planning all kinds of shit. We're gonna kidnap Dave. We're gonna put him in a car. We're gonna take him somewhere.
How do you know that's still not going to happen?
Oh.
Oh, Rebecca.
Hey,
Oh,
it could
oh.
be a thing.
no, yeah, yeah.
Rebecca Griggs is on here again. She's an awesome fan of ours. Thanks for tuning in. She says, "Face man, I wish you both a lifetime of happiness and fuckery."
Hell
Well,
yeah.
They got
Yeah,
that
wow.
definitely going on.
You should have heard it last night when I tried to fall asleep. Couldn't.
Unbelievable.
No, that was my dog licking me,
Yeah,
man. That was
yeah.
Jet. That was Jet.
The dog was definitely licking me, but I'm sure that there's some cracks in the foundation of this house at this point.
some
The
fuckery.
problem is I don't know who they came from.
Some
Yeah.
fuckery, no pun
Yeah.
intended.
Yeah, no pun intended at all.
So usually I covered a conspiracy, but Buddy brought up some shit this morning. I was
Yeah,
like, man, that
look at
shit's hot.
Yeah, we got a new.
Yeah.
It's like a trending, brand new conspiracy. Like, so the conspiracy is: remember that time that the human sex trafficking ring got like pulled out into the open, and we had a chance to catch the sex traffickers and sexual predators from like all of these super
Elite.
like elite oligarchies throughout the world, and instead we had a
But one of them
pandemic.
died. He killed himself.
Well, he wasn't he was the trafficker, not
He was
the,
one of them.
He
Yeah.
was
he wasn't
basically
even
the
elite. He was
dealer.
the dealer.
Yeah,
The guy in the corner.
he was a,
Yeah, I don't know.
he was
Yeah.
just off that side hustle. But yeah, and then they and then instead we had a global pandemic that reset the entire global economy and or all of our
a flu. Yeah.
oh yeah, the flu that we had. Well, not the flu.
Well, the CDC actually just said it's the same as the flu.
today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. So what we said 2 years ago was this.
Exactly.
correct.
So what's the
We should
conspiracy? So the
do-
conspiracy is
The
that
conspiracy is
that
that the entire
COVID,
flu,
let's be real, like COVID was started
was started to draw attention away from the fact that every mega rich douchebag in the world is doing horribly disgusting things with children.
well, Kerber talked about that last episode, right? But didn't he talk about
No,
something
he
about
talked
like
about
drinking the blood?
Drinking. Oh, this is what witches did. Like, and if you ever watch Hocus Pocus, that's where Kerber got this conspiracy from. Where you drink young babies, kids' blood. So
What's the
that
name
you
of
stay-
Well,
that
that's
though?
not
What's the
a-
name of the
yeah,
blood?
but
Like
that's
it's
not a-
because when they're on
Yeah, but that's
adrenaline
not
and
a-
everything.
Yeah, that's not a super conspiracy. Like Dracula is all based off of drinking the blood of young people because you get
Stem cells.
your body stops making certain cells and like
But the time you drink it is when they're under the most stress, apparently, and they're
Oh, I
stressed
don't
out, and then that
I don't
blood
know.
like
well
pumps or
that's
whatever.
that's like a lot of like with the like there's some Asian cultures that will only eat food that's been stress. It tastes make
Right.
meat taste better.
Yeah.
It's called
Yeah.
Kobe.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
like what?
I don't know. Kobe beef.
No, that's not
K-O-B.
stressed.
It's not.
No. It's
And
super
one of
relaxed.
our mods is here as well, Monica. We're all over the
Monica.
place today, so
Monica's been on the show before.
yeah, multiple times.
Yeah.
And she's always banning all of you from VTT
She
official.
is the
So when
one
you
that-
guys want to get pissed off, you're getting thrown off the page, it's Monica's
Chance to
fault.
see who did it.
When you message the big Earl and say, "Why did I get kicked off?" Talk to these two ladies.
Yeah.
They're the
Yeah.
ones
I
that
co-sign.
kicked you off.
Yeah.
There
Right.
you go.
The only person I've ever kicked off was an actual moderator. Like, so they got all
I
mad.
heard about that.
Yeah.
You set him
I
up, I
wasn't
knock him
there.
down.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go.
And then we got Throw
Like
Punch
bowling
Monday.
Yeah. Throw Punch Monday, which doesn't really exist anymore.
Is that an
does
even
it?
episode?
So, so listen.
What happened was
My daughter has soccer on Sundays.
Oh my
But
God.
it's coming
I'm gonna
back
throw
up.
the kid card out
But
there.
listen.
record it on a Sunday and drop it
So
on a Monday.
I
Problem
have
solved.
co-hosted with Cliff. I've been
Yeah.
co-hosting with him, but Throw Punch Monday is coming back.
Kevin kidnapped Cliff though, so he's no longer on.
I'm
Monday.
gonna hang out with Cliff on
You
Monday.
did. Yeah.
What are we doing?
No, we're just talking.
To the Smash.
We just
Well, we were
started.
talking about the conspiracy
Conspiracy.
theory.
So
It's
what's
already a
the
The
conspiracy?
dumpster fire
conspiracy
today.
is
Yeah.
that COVID came about to cover up the sex trafficking ring with Epstein and all the oligarchies in the world.
Well, it's there's a lot of things that were going on because as much as the MAGA people brag about, Trump, taking care of, getting rid of sex traffickers,
Draining the swamp.
he
and
would
doing
he
all that, yeah.
100% did on the southern border. Because
Yeah.
like during COVID, he used the Emergency Act to activate federal troops on the
Yeah.
southern
Mhm.
border
Mhm.
and went after human traffickers, right? So COVID got him out of office with the alleged 80 million votes for how does that guy talk
80
again?
million? Oh, yeah, how did
Allegedly.
That was President Joe Biden.
I've got a couple words from the president. They are
And then we get yelled at for making fun of a handicapped person, but guess what? We're all fucking handicapped here.
'Cause
Okay,
we-
so it's like, but
Yeah.
he's
We
the
didn't.
president.
Speak for yourself.
At
He's
least
the
you use
president.
use the
You
word
get- Are you getting
handicap.
disability payments?
Yes, I'm
You're
a disabled.
handicapped.
I'm handicapped.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I
The-
thought.
I'm in
Right.
training. I'm handicapped.
Speaks for the
already.
entire free world.
Well,
Yeah.
why don't you have handicapped plates? Because I had to walk far to the grocery store.
Because I'm too lazy. Because I'm handicapped. Right? I'm mentally disabled.
I'm
I don't
handicapped.
even know how to get it.
I have the handicap plate that has
So-
the handicap.
what is-
guy, like,
what-
going
Yeah, so
over.
what's the
Is
take?
he
So
working?
Okay.
did that actually
You
happen?
just chair.
The conspiracy
Yeah.
is COVID was there to stop.
Correct. Well, no, COVID was there to just like,
Distract.
yeah, distract, start something new.
Right. And again, if Eric Brees is watching, I still love you. You deleted me off
Ooh,
of
we gotta look
Facebook.
at comments. Maybe we
Right,
have
some comments.
some
Potato
people
and cheese.
tell us that we're wrong.
Potato and
Potato
cheese.
Cheese.
Yeah. Ali says hello. What's up, Ali?
Uh-oh.
But again, the largest transformation of wealth in recorded history is happening. Right. So the boomers were the largest population in the United States. And they have the most amount of real estate, they have the most amount of wealth secured, they're dying. Right. And they're a very large number of people. Right. And again, nobody wants people to die. But the only constant that's not a conspiracy is that you will die.
At some point.
That's happening.
Unless you drink children's blood.
yes,
Then you-
unless
then
you
you'll
drink
survive.
children's blood.
Well, we give Elon Musk a little more
Speaking
time.
from
I think.
experience.
Yeah.
No, I'm just,
No,
we were
oh,
talking
okay.
about that.
Yeah, we talk about it. You drink that to stay younger.
Oh.
You could look at my face and know that
Yeah.
I don't drink any blood.
Yeah, you could say, look at us.
Like,
Dave obviously
yeah.
drinks baby blood. Look at
If
him.
anybody
Except for
here,
He
some
smokes, he
people
smokes
in
and he drinks
trouble
sugar and he
for
looks like he's 12.
blood,
Yeah.
blood
I don't know how that
drinking,
happens.
definitely Dave.
So you're not 12?
No, 22.
Yeah, Dave's my son.
22.
Dave's my son.
I could be your son, Monica. I could.
But I try to talk to people rationally on Facebook about this, and that's hard to do. You can't talk rational on Facebook whatsoever, but I try. I tried my hardest to where it was like, look, this is a respiratory virus. We have never in the history of the world got rid of the respiratory virus.
No,
It just ever. So when the narrative came out that we need to defeat COVID, I was like, oh, really? We're going to defeat a respiratory virus for the first time ever? Right? Like, no, like I'm not saying we should try. That's cool.
Yeah,
We should try.
agree.
Right? But like, guess what happens to old people? They die. Right? And they usually die from the flu. They die from
Not in the last few years.
not in the last few years.
Nobody-
Nobody died from the
Very
flu.
few people.
And- and-
It was all COVID.
And like I talked about in 2017, 1,000 American children died of the flu, and they say that it could be up to like 3,000 or 4,000. right? And where were the masks and school shutdowns then? 1,000 kids died,
Yep.
right? And now it's like, now what? Now, like, and so again, the greatest transformation of wealth, and I always say conspiracies go around money, right? So there's the largest amount of money in recorded history ever going to be transferred in the next 10 years. And COVID was also used, especially by the Chinese, because they've done it before. And I also called out, you know, what was that mayor in New York, the governor of New York, Cuomo, right?
Cuomo.
Where he made the nursing homes open.
Ironically,
Right, and so
ironically,
saved him
back full circle.
saved them $3.5 million a day in Medicare when he killed all those all the old people.
Oh yeah, a sexual assaulter.
$3.5 million.
And
He was
also,
a sexual
a
assaulter.
sexual assaulter.
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
Sexual
Yeah.
assault.
Yeah, yes.
Well, he was a harasser.
Okay, so was COVID then created
bit of
to
both.
cover up what Buddy's
COVID was
talking
created
about?
by the Chinese to kill
Yeah.
old people because the Chinese always kill their old people. That's a fact.
Yeah,
Right?
they have.
They do.
Yeah.
And they don't like
Outside.
Muslims either. They kill the fuck out of
They
all
do,
of
they
hit
do
the
kill
femicide,
them.
So,
they
like-
killed,
like
the
the-
little baby
I would,
girls.
I would actually go.
So then the
further and say
Amer-
that
the
COVID was
the Americans got a
because
hold of it.
population
The
control.
Americans got a
Control?
hold of it. We're like, oh, we could use this.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
so-
Well, I'm
so-
sure all of them use it.
Yeah.
I got-
It's
I
funny
got
you bring that
four
up though. You
times.
said population control though,
Right.
but did
Too
it
many
really kill
votes.
as many people as we think it did? Because
Not
people were
we-
getting hit by cars and then you died of COVID.
Well, yeah, but we don't know. how
Everything
many-
was COVID because the
So we don't
hospitals were
even-
making a lot of
like,
money. You know?
we don't know how many people died in other countries. Like nobody knows how many people died in Iran.
Well,
Yeah,
everybody's
like,
died
what the
in
fuck happened in the Middle
in
East?
China.
Yeah.
Nobody knows how many
Right?
people died. In
Like,
Saudi
nobody
Arabia.
The
ever
Middle East has all the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Iraq
Yeah,
and
but
shit.
They want
and
to keep
yeah.
more of it for the king and the
Right.
and, you know. Well,
Prince,
I don't know.
Princess.
yeah, all the princes,
Yeah.
all
All
the
of them.
princes.
Prince Abdullah.
Yeah, Prince Muhammad.
Yeah, yeah.
Abdullah,
Prince Ali.
yeah.
Look,
Ali.
look at this
Yeah.
guy. The,
Prince
he
Ali.
must hear us talking about conspiracy
Yeah.
theories.
Oh yeah, Kerber's trying to call.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
So hey Kerber, you should watch the show.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe you know, now you're acting like Dave who calls me during the fight show. And I'm like, Dave, why
We're
don't
on
you
a
turn on
show.
the fucking fight show?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Like you
Talk
know,
to you, right?
God,
I'm at my-
God's on,
Stuck.
but
Oh,
nobody
okay.
can hear God.
I can't talk to you right now.
Yeah.
Chris.
I'm at my job.
was somebody talking on Gruntworks? We're gonna start to get a lot of viewers here, but
Yeah.
it must be because I'm on. But
It's just a huge dumpster fire. We're kind of all over the place. So you're saying you went off on a tangent about COVID.
no, I did. I went off on the conspiracy.
So you
Yeah.
think, but that's
Literally not a tangent.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, you talked about
On the
COVID, but
conspiracy.
he's saying that COVID was created because of that to cover up.
I don't know if it
And
was
I-
created
and I
for
said
it,
stuff.
but it was definitely used.
So
Oh, but distractions
In
are
order
done
to
all the
get a
time.
chair.
Yeah, yeah.
I got it.
Rocket chair.
So again, Buddy did the English language linear thing where it was because of this reason. I agree because of that reason, but there's also the complex system where there's lots of things that this is applicable to or applicable.
Applicable. I wasn't gonna call you out
Excuse me. As
for the
you were,
use of
as you were,
applicable.
right? As you were.
I didn't know what you
right?
said.
As you were.
Appaloosa?
Right. You don't say as I was because you say as you were
Yeah.
because I misinformed you.
Yeah.
Carry on.
So as you were, right?
Yeah.
Is that how it
Or
works?
I
I'm
was
retired
already
now,
right.
so
I
is
was
that
right.
right?
I don't
Yeah,
have to say that
yeah.
anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know, man. I don't. Yeah, probably. I think that it might have. No, I don't think they had a set time when they were going to launch it. I don't think it was population control. I think it was a mishap that happened in the Wuhan lab or whatever, and then COVID just like occurred. But then they did use it for various reasons, like to scare and see how they could take control of the population. Like
Yeah.
they're going to shut everything down. You know?
Control us.
No, but it was more of a
Well, we
test
already know they take
for bigger
oppor-
things, for
people
things
take
that follow.
people
You
take
know.
opportunities.
I think it was for bigger things to follow. Like, okay,
Yeah.
so this is what we can do right
Opportunity,
Pay your
now.
taxes and shut.
You
the
know,
fuck
this is
up.
what we can do right now. What can we do on a larger scale of things? You know, I don't think it was used to cover up the whole sex trafficking thing. I think the media just shut the fuck up about it, and we didn't hear about it.
Well, they
and
didn't
that
have
was
anything
done.
to talk about other than COVID.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think COVID was created because of
No,
that.
COVID was
No.
COVID
I
was
think it's
created
an opportunity.
to
It was
kill
an opportunity
Chinese
target.
people.
Yeah.
It was.
It was.
It was to kill
Maybe.
old people in China, and then
Yeah.
we got our hands on it because guess what? Oh, Dr. Fauci worked in Wuhan.
Oh no.
Weird.
He
You're
also
wearing
had.
the wrong hat to be doing conspiracies, by the way.
Indiana Jones.
You're gonna.
This is
end
the
up
first
in-
time we're
Indiana
Nick's
Jones-
like-
You're gonna be up.
Yeah.
You're gonna end up on a History Channel show.
Indiana Jones actually.
Didn't
like,
Fauci have labs in
proved
Ukraine too? I mean, that's the
conspiracies,
whole
like the Ark of
difference.
the
We have
Covenant.
labs. If Fauci doesn't have anything, we have labs all over the fucking.
Fauci was a horrible person. I mean, he fucking.
Is
Don't we have- don't-
a horrible person.
don't we
He
have-
has been since the 80s.
Didn't we have
when he
labs-
What was
tried
the
to
shit
do
with the
this-
dogs that he did?
Didn't they have labs in
Where he
Ukraine?
fucking took out their
Yes.
vocal cords and they did tests on little fucking dogs. Took out
Yeah.
their vocal cords and then had them eaten alive by fucking ants and shit.
Why not?
Yeah, it's fucked up.
It's science, Dave.
Yeah.
How else are we supposed to learn?
Yeah.
Right? It's a jock.
You know what?
Yeah.
As a German, you don't really have a lot of to talk about
Well, he's
experience.
Italian. This one.
Yeah, oh, now he's
Here's the
Italian.
thing,
He's
Yeah.
trilingual. He can do whatever he wants to be. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's my take. I don't think COVID happened because of that as a distraction.
That's not what I don't think it's
That's
exactly
what it
what we're
was
saying.
used for. in
What we're
this
saying is that it
situation.
was an opportunity to take away from.
like the saying.
Okay,
okay, I
see what you're
never,
saying,
never
yeah.
waste a good disaster to profit off of.
Correct.
Right. So when something happens, we can find some way to make money off
Yeah.
of it. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what the news does.
There you go.
Like there's got to be some way we can make money off of this.
True.
And we
Yeah,
just
that's
blow
true.
it out of proportion and blah 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 whatever.
By the way, for the audience, Nick's phone is on his lap. I'm not looking at his penis.
He is. It's huge.
It is girthy, but
Yeah.
I'm not looking at it.
3 inches.
Yeah,
Around.
but around.
Think about it.
What are some of the comments?
We got Rebecca's. She's
Fauci is worthless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
China
had their own reasons,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's a German,
True.
right? Is that Brandstatter?
Yeah. Funstetter.
How did you get the umlaut over that?
Funst-
How do you get an umlaut on your
Hey,
name?
hey,
I want to know how you get an umlaut
you
over your
set
name.
it to German on your
Set it to
phone.
German.
I can set it to
Yes.
German?
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah, iPhone's only
So,
American.
but-
Nick, look. What are my settings on? English, Italian, or German? Whichever
Oh,
one I want
Deutsch,
to say.
yeah.
Deutschland.
Yeah.
So
now
now
it's
do
on
you have an
German.
umlaut anywhere in your name?
If I want to do Deutsch, though, look. A,
Oh, snap.
and then I go back to English,
So I just have to,
and then it's back to normal.
so my
Huh.
A would have an umlaut over it. Maybe? I don't
Yeah,
know. Possibly.
maybe.
Your A?
Oh.
No.
Mm.
A, U, U.
What?
There's one more,
You're
right?
starting to talk like Biden again.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
U. I said U.
Uh,
Yeah. That's my dad in the background. Yeah.
Yeah.
that-
And his name is
that's the
Giuseppe.
studio
His
audience.
name's Giuseppe. Yeah.
The studio
And my
audience.
mom's in the background too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Studio audience.
Yeah.
Please refer to them as the studio audience.
Oh
please.
Lord. What do you think about this conspiracy? You sure
Yeah.
you want to? This is
Ooh,
live.
This is like
live.
a global
Wow.
show now.
I
Yeah.
can't believe
You're
somebody's
backwards.
listening to this.
backwards.
This is bullshit.
See, once you start going after the boomers, look what happens. They want to take over.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, hey, time to give it. Like the reason why, another reason why housing prices are up is because these boomers have all this fucking property, right? It's like if they just sell it, right? But now it's all Airbnbs, and all, so you're gonna see that housing market correct.
No, it's
It
not
will.
gonna correct.
Yeah,
It's gonna become a renter's
because
market.
you know what the millennials are gonna do once they get all this property.
They're gonna
just
rent
sell it.
apparently.
Oh, David Reynolds explained it even easier. Just hold the A button on your phone and it'll show up with the umlaut.
I think
Wow.
he's a terrorist.
All right. Let's so conspiracy.
No, that's good.
Let's call it done. It's
Yeah.
done. Yeah,
It's done.
It's,
So-
and it's not only done, but confirmed.
Yeah,
Mhm.
confirmed. Yeah,
Confirmed.
it's not even a conspiracy anymore.
It
Nah,
it
it's
actually
Fact, it's
happened.
fact. We just
Yep.
did science. I don't know if you guys want to
Yeah.
do science, but we just did it.
And
We
this
did a
episode will get
non-scientific
censored.
poll on the
Yeah.
on the comments.
Right. Well, that was the research, right?
Yeah.
And,
We came up with a thesis. We
Papa, we don't need to hear your conversations in the computer. Thank you.
Yeah. but so now we get into the fun part of the show,
ooh, the meat
the meat, where Dave is about to get married tomorrow
to a woman
to a woman, which
not related to him.
not and an actual woman.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Ooh,
buddy,
and
you need to elaborate where you're from for the guests so they
I'm from
understand.
Alabama, so
Yeah,
it would
so
not be weird. It's
That's
actually
normal over
weird.
there. So,
It's
buddy,
actually weird for me.
it's
that
actually
you're-
weird that
it's
I
weird
am
that
not
you're
related.
Like you're not married to your cousin. That's
let's
weird.
not discuss the.
How are you supposed to keep your family all intact?
Wait a minute, Megan's not related to you. She's not your cousin.
That's
What?
insane to me. Like I don't get it. How do you even? What do you even have to talk about? Like, you can't talk about your aunts and uncles. You got to talk about like other people. That you don't even know.
And
them.
we've known from the Europeans,
Yeah.
that pure blood is better, right?
Wow.
So like all of these old royal families and stuff like that, they wanted some pure blood
Yeah.
kid or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Disgusting.
That's why Prince, not Philip, not Harry. Who's
Charles?
No, not Charles. The
Elizabeth.
kid.
Queen.
Is it Philip?
Phillips.
Yeah.
Phillips.
He has to
Phillips.
salute
Yeah.
like this because his genes are so good. His hairline is back like
You gotta
here.
fucking
It's
show
like,
that shit. Yeah.
Legit.
the guy.
And everybody knows when you look at horses, the thoroughbreds are the best for the first generation, and then all of a sudden they're all retarded.
Yeah.
So that's what's called West Virginia. Okay. West Virginia had some really good workers there for a couple generations, and all of a sudden they're all fucking weird.
Well, the best dogs to have health wise are like wild Arabic dogs because they've been around for so long. They've been breeding for so long with like they're all the same dog basically, depending on what
With the local,
wherever you're at. But they've bred for so long that all of that interbreeding shit is gone. Like you don't like when you get like a like a purebred dog in a breeding farm or whatever.
Sure.
And they're just like cousins or cousin dogs that are just humping.
Yeah, you got a lot of medical issues. That's
I
true.
like it.
That's
I
true.
like
Yeah.
Well, what we wanted to talk about was the only reason that Megan's marrying Dave is for BH and TRICARE.
Yep.
True.
100%. She
And,
wants that medical.
Because
Did you mention TRICARE?
yeah,
Mhm.
TRICARE.
We have a shirt for that too.
yeah,
That Megan actually created.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TRICARE.
BH
Yeah.
and TRICARE.
Yeah.
Now remember,
That should be a
You
thing
guys-
that she said.
So-
Like I TRICARE about.
so I hope I know Sergeant Major Jeremy watches once in a while, and he was tagged on Twitter. But this is like what we're talking about when people complain about pricing in the military and how much it costs to live, and why should a soldier be on WIC or food stamps? And it's like, go ahead and have a kid and pay for that health coverage.
Mhm.
You know how much that costs? All right. So now you want the Army to pay for your babysitting too?
Just to
Like,
give
all
birth.
this stuff-
Just to
let's-
give birth.
Okay, first of all, let's put our honesty caps on real quick.
All right.
Here it comes. A private rank, a E3 rank, an E4 rank even are made for single people that join the Army coming out of high school at 18, 19, or 20
To live in
years
the
old.
barracks.
So if you're 35 and join the Army and you've got 5 kids already, yeah, homie, you gonna be on WIC because you just got a job that don't pay a whole lot because it was meant for 18-year-olds.
And it's meant for 18-year-olds to go die.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's also true. But yeah,
Like they don't.
Well, there's also waivers you have to get when
well,
you're that
unless
old
they're
to get in.
maybe
because
they're
you have too many
18-year-old
dependents.
recruiters.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe they switched out of being a man
Yeah.
and then
It
just
just became recruiters.
And just
straight
became
out.
recruiters.
They're like,
And
hey,
I'd
I'm
like to
good-
add that I did a full
I'm
20.
good.
Nick did
I'm
because
good
he's
at
broke.
talking.
Where-
I'm
he
good
has
at
a
talking
battery
my
in his
friends
ass.
into doing
Where-
stupid shit.
Where are we right now? We are in Surprise, Arizona.
We are.
The only reason,
Oh, hey, by the way,
only reason we'd ever be in Surprise,
Hold
Arizona
on.
is because we know a recruiter who gets
Hey,
stationed here.
what did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet?
The surprise.
Supplies.
The Asian one, you mean?
Yeah, it's kind of.
But the WIC thing,
Anyway.
good. I like that. I like where you're leading into that because,
Yeah.
like, when Tyler was born, he had a soft palate and he had fucking surgery at UNC that cost $90,000.
Right.
Free.
Oh, how about
Free.
the fact that when he was born, you paid like what, $15 for a
Yeah, no shit.
And
that's
and
it?
then
Yeah.
Dave's kids and my kids, same midwife,
Womack babies.
right? Womack babies.
Yep.
Pretty
You guys
phenomenal.
have midwives?
Yes.
Dude, I just had like a
Tyler
wife.
Haley.
All I had was a wife.
And you want to
I
talk?
didn't get a midwife.
You
I
want
didn't
to
get like a.
you want to talk about how
tiny
awesome
one?
how
I just got
awesome
the one.
TRICARE is.
Mhm.
Is I was coming off of
Huh.
leave, right? Off of
Mhm.
block leave, and my wife was about 8.5 months pregnant, and I was like, hey, if she goes into labor now, I get another 10 days on
Yeah.
top of my block leave, and
Oh, now it's
Oh.
21.
now let me check something here. Boop, oh, she water broke. Right, and that bam, we're good. So now you get like 6 months off. I think that's what Sergeant Major Army said. You get like a year off or something.
Something like that.
So,
no,
because-
I think it's
because
what, 21 days?
It's all
It
people
is.
first.
Yeah, it's 21 days.
But we're gonna do a 5th principal patrolling probably in 2 weeks. We're gonna record it. We're gonna bring JC Glick on and Stephen Forty maybe, and we're gonna talk people first.
Oh, people first.
Yeah,
and
right,
mission first.
and,
No, let's not even
you
get
know,
into
That's
that.
always
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
That's always a good one. I
So,
made it to do
the-
some, because I always make JC mad when I
Yeah.
talk about the fact that that's just not true.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
and again, when we actually go to a full spectrum war or operation, guess what? Most of you 19-year-olds are supposed to do
Die.
die.
So I went to. Funny story. I went to. I went to
Sorry.
the Korean War Memorial.
This is gonna
the
end
other
up in a
day.
recruiting commercial.
No, I went to-
we gotta get back to the independent.
Well, hold
Yeah,
on.
we-
I went to
we-
the
we
Korean
should.
War Memorial when I was in DC, what, a week ago? it covers like this entire wall that goes all the way
Real
around.
quick,
They have it
Susan
broken
Young
down. Hold on.
Brandstetter, real quick, would any of you
This is
guys
a good
actually
one.
admit on camera that you're truly bisexual? I dare you.
Ah.
Absolutely. We slept in the
Wait,
same sleeping
Is that
bags.
one of
like-
those like
Suzanne, we're infantry.
we know all-
We did more gay stuff than most gay people.
we all
Oh,
showered in
right.
the same shower. We knew
There
who had the
used to
largest
be a
dick.
game-
Like this is
hold on. There used to be a game on my team that was called Gay Chicken.
Yes.
Like
yes.
and you would just do you would just see who flinched first. I
Becky,
watched
gross.
two guys hold each other's penises while they peed just to prove that it didn't bother them.
Yes. How do
So-
you?
so Susan Young Brandstetter, since
There
you
you
just
go.
admitted to that, you need to
Yeah.
go on shop.betterandtrapshop.com and buy a shirt.
Yeah.
All right? Because we just admitted
We
that we're
just admitted to
bisexual.
it,
There you
yeah,
go.
Just admitted to it.
Uh,
And then Kevin Travers says, "Congratulations." You know.
Becky.
Yeah. So yeah.
Hi Becky. She's inside, but
Yeah.
she's in the thread.
Oh,
But again,
Susan says awesome.
to join.
Now
to
go
jo-
buy a damn
Yeah,
shirt.
no, go buy a shirt. Susan.
yeah.
Only
Let's
try
talk.
care. Only try care on social media. Monica's saying I think she's too nervous to come up. But no, again, the military actually does a tremendous job of taking care of families. They do a tremendous job with benefits. Here's where it starts to get a little we should say that for the fifth.
Can I throw an analogy out there?
You can.
Like if you dig yourself a deep enough hole before you join the military,
Susan, all
the
of them.
military
Sorry.
only elevates you out of that hole so much. So if you're only like a foot deep, it's going to make you level with everybody else.
Mhm.
If you're 3 feet deep, you're still going to be in a hole because there's only so much that any other organization can do. But get a job at McDonald's, see how much they pay you for having a baby or take care of you or
Right. Right.
care about whether your mental health is good. They just want you to make some fries.
And then
Correct.
again, the Army doesn't pay 20-year-olds to have kids. All right. So if you
Huh.
have a kid when you're 20, I'm happy for you. But why the fuck is that the nation's
Well,
defense
you're gonna have to.
responsibility?
You're gonna have
Like
to.
an old
suck.
school
like-
sergeant major.
like-
Yeah, that sucks.
You didn't issue those kids. We
Yeah.
issue those.
Well, right. No. But that's why the federal government stepped in and has
Yeah.
WIC.
Yeah.
So you can go get
We
that
used
stuff.
WIC.
So did I.
For childcare,
And-
too,
And my
you know?
wife hated it. She had to go down and
The
Rayford,
childcare was the other one, but
She had
WIC
to go out
was,
to
yeah.
Rayford, North Carolina, and hang out with the actual poor people, not the poor military people, right?
Yeah.
And get the WIC, right? And so get the WIC.
The WIC.
The WIC.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah.
the WIC.
Good though, like
The WIC. But hey, cheese and bread, you know, because
orange juice, milk.
orange juice, milk.
yeah.
And so when they give you all that stuff, what can we
Cereal,
buy?
yeah.
But then when they're paying for all that, what can we buy? Beer,
Ah,
right?
That's
Yes.
It's an essential.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
yeah.
So now I get more beer because I get free cheese. So
so it's actually there's a scale somewhere that's got like a beer to cheese ratio, like poundage
Yeah.
and grams.
right. So
Yeah.
now was it worth it for my wife to sit in line, you know, to get food stamps
Yeah.
so that I could get beer?
You go
Yes.
you go be embarrassed and ashamed so that I can get some natty light.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I think I was drinking Pabst back then.
Pabst.
Well, that's
Yeah.
hipster.
Little PBR.
That's hipster.
It wasn't
good
hipster
stuff
back
now.
then. It's
Did you get the
hipster now.
brats on WIC too? No, huh?
No, the brats I had to take a loan out for.
I did not get
Formula.
WIC, by the way, just so everybody is.
Formula.
Yeah.
Formula, another big thing. Formula.
It's huge.
So the point is,
20-something dollars,
like, stop
$30
fucking
a can.
complaining, right?
Stop whining.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want? And then they're asking senior leaders. Like, I love it on Twitter when they're like, Sergeant Major Army needs to look into this. That's what you want the Sergeant Major of the Army to
Your
look into.
personal issue.
Yeah.
Your personal fucking can't
Right.
handle your finance issue.
Right.
Yeah. I wrote a bad check at Burger King on the 25th of this month
Yeah.
because I wanted 3 Whoppers. Sergeant Major, that shouldn't be a thing. Go get an MRE, homie. Like there's a chow hall.
Well, they
for no
don't like.
reason.
I think they should do like financial classes and stuff. So, like
They do
back when we came
financial
up,
classes.
but when we came up in the army, your team leader, if you wanted to go buy a fucking car,
Yeah,
you're
I had to
doing-
go with you.
he had to go with you.
Yeah.
It was just like understandable. Like you're
Yeah.
brand new, you're to the unit, your team. All right, if
Yeah.
you want to go buy a car, if you're gonna make some fucking financial decision, I'm gonna take you there. I'm
Yeah,
gonna do
well,
it together.
that happened up
Do
until
they still do
people,
that? Is that still a thing?
That happened up until people were like, I shouldn't have to ask somebody
Right,
to buy a
right,
car. I'm a
right.
grown person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, we'll go.
There's your
go do
22%
Exactly.
interest
And
rate
then
on
they
your
go,
fucking.
Look at
Yeah,
the
the
go
same
on
people are
Twitter
bitching right
and
now.
they're bitching
Because
because
they're like,
the Army didn't help me.
why do I have to pay the consequences for my own actions?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
understand it.
So funny story. I had to ask permission to get married when I was in the Navy.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
We did too.
Well, were you trying to marry a stripper,
And
Len?
I was like,
Yeah. Did you marry a stripper?
Did you marry a stripper?
He was a cocaine dealer, but same thing.
Nice. So you didn't have to worry about Wick. Well, you probably still got food.
I mean, when Private
I got
Snuffy
it.
comes
I
back
got
from a
it.
Friday night and wants to marry Candy that he met last night, and
Yeah.
she loves him to death,
Everybody else is just a customer. Not her, not him. Not him. He's special.
And then again, for all you out there that are, thinking about joining the military or military families and, being a dependent and all that kind of stuff, we're going to get into some dependent stories here in a second.
Oh, can we get into the part where you don't have the rank that your husband
Well, no, we'll get
and/or
into,
wife
Oh,
has?
that's a
we'll get
good
into
one.
the dependent
Oh.
stories.
Get
But
there.
just, hey, here's the positive side of, my wife has dealt with so much bullshit in the military, but, she got
Shout out to Becky. Cheers to Becky, man.
Cheers to Becky.
Yeah.
$60,000 for her marine biology degree from the University of Hawaii. Right?
Aloha.
How much of that did I pay? None.
Aloha.
So you guys are talking about you're embarrassed to go get food stamps. Stay in the Army for 6 years and you get an $80,000 education.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me right now with your whining ass shit? But anyways,
And they get promoted.
That's why
Because as you progress in rank,
The
money's not
medical
bad,
alone
you know?
is worth it. I
Oh,
mean, like, how
100%.
much is that we're saving? It's free.
Yep.
And like that alone is like a great benefit.
Yep.
Which our dependent is married for medical benefits.
That's
like
why Megan's marrying me.
That's why Megan.
Everybody knows that's
Love
why
you,
Megan's
Megan.
I mean,
married.
a little side story. Megan, she didn't say I wasn't supposed to say anything, but I've been drinking. So she goes, "Hey, don't tell Dave, but I really don't want to marry him, but
Tricare.
Tricare."
But Tricare.
But
That's
Tricare.
all. Her vows are
So-
actually okay. We were also
So
not supposed to say
Tricare
it.
does its part.
But she said until you lose Tricare,
Then
and then it's over.
Then we're good. We're good.
So
Yeah.
Dave has to do 20 because
Yeah.
otherwise,
Yeah.
And then you get out and you have to sign up
Depending
for
on-
a family type.
Oh, then here's the other thing.
Yeah.
If you stay in the Army for 20 years, then your whole family gets covered for $600 a year.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna lie.
$600
So
a year.
when I got out,
Oh, the Army
when
needs to do more.
I got
What
out
the
of the
hell are you
Army,
talking
I had
about?
to get like Tricare, like family, dental, eye care, all that stuff.
Well, your
And it
kid's
was
still
like-
covered because he's in school.
It was
so-
like 100. Yeah, but you still have to pay for it.
Yeah,
and I
but
was like,
it's-
oh my God, this is like $160 a month. This doesn't make any sense. This is crazy. And then I called a civilian friend. I was like, how much you pay for this
$800
bullshit?
a month.
And he was like,
Apparently,
single
we're
people.
boring your mom.
You're like single people.
No,
Single people
Yeah.
usually pay like
Jesus,
$1,400 or
Jason, listen
$1,500
Yeah.
a month. And I was like, oh, all right, cool. I'm good. I'm not gonna complain too
All
much.
right, so we're gonna tell some dependent stories.
Oh,
And we're
let's
gonna
do it.
And,
Ooh, parents count.
Dave probably can't say much because he's still active, right? But we're out, right? And we held, buddy, I held positions of leadership, like not recruiting leadership, like actual leadership.
I was
right?
Nick's platoon sergeant.
So, but like,
I was in
So-
charge of this guy. So,
so
Anyhow.
the story that I want to talk about is about adultery in the military.
oh,
Oh.
Wait,
Okay.
hold on.
Mm.
What we got? What we got?
Susan said she already has the only shirt that she needs. A combat medic shirt.
Combat medic. What's the difference between a combat medic and a medic?
Yeah.
Susan,
I
what's the
can buy it off of
difference?
Amazon for
Is she- is she-
$17.99.
Because then she
Susan.
would be a double doc,
We are
right?
veteran
With the
owned.
Marines.
Susan, we are veteran owned and parts of all of our proceeds benefit the Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation. But
And we have a combat medic shirt.
Yeah.
We have one.
who
Also,
cares?
Yeah.
unless you're
Susan, you gotta buy a shirt. We already said it was bisexual. so-
combat is a place, not a verb. Like
Correct.
Whoa,
I like
it's
that.
It's a
Ooh.
noun, it's a
Yeah.
noun.
You a college
It's a
educated
place,
buddy.
like, you know what I mean?
yeah, I
Like-
like it.
combat is a noun.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like
Person, place, or
you're
thing.
just I mean, not just a medic. Everybody loves their medic, but you're a medic, not a
Like I had a
combat medic. Does that mean you
I had an
only
Air
do
Force
medical
medic that
stuff
shaved
in
my
combat?
combat?
Like,
Yeah.
hey guys, I would help you, but you cut your hand off when we were in training. Can't do it.
Right,
It's
right.
not combat.
Right,
Can't help you.
right.
I like
Like,
that.
you're just a medic.
That's
You're-
good.
Susan
Which
says,
is-
Susan
which
says
is
suggest
awesome.
the shirt then.
All right.
How about
just medic.
how about just the tip, Susan?
Just medic.
Right, yeah.
This one right here, just a tip.
Yeah.
He's wearing it.
I know, I
Or
know.
quick way to trigger pansy.
Just a tip. Want to touch it?
Yeah, you want to touch it?
Just
Just
a
a
tip.
tip.
Or
That's how gay that
or
was.
we'll-
Susan,
we'll-
that was for
you know, we'll make the Susan and it'll say medic, sometimes in combat.
Yeah.
Susan.
That's a
We'll call
good.
it the
Oh,
Susan
that's,
shirt.
that's a good shirt idea.
A
Yeah.
medic, unless she's in combat.
And then she's a
She's
combat medic.
Susan's
Yeah.
funny. She always gives me shit when I
No, you're
accidentally
good,
post a
Susan,
meme
you're more than
in
welcome to come on
BTT
anytime,
official, and then
anytime.
she's like, "This meme was up 3 days ago."
Yeah, it's up
Susan,
again.
calm down.
It's up
Like it's
again,
okay.
Susan.
I don't
Calm down.
monitor all 70,000 people on our page.
Oh, I saw
Like,
that. I saw
but
that
she's cool.
comment.
Shout out to
Susan, we
Susan.
love you. We love you,
Yeah.
Susan.
Yeah.
But so the story what I want to talk about is
Triggered.
the way that
Get that shirt.
trigger pants.
Every time I look at your phone, it literally looks like I'm
Are you
about to
really
confront
looking at the
you.
phone?
Yeah, yeah.
Is
But
that what you're looking at?
But anyways, you can hold it if you want.
Cliff.
So is it too
The
dumb for
phone.
me?
The phone. He can hold the
You're
phone.
really
All right,
Cliff,
well,
all of us are drunk.
watching
A little bit.
Who's
Anyhow.
that?
You
Cliff.
heard where
Oh,
the,
hey,
like,
Clifford,
white
you should have came on the
yeah.
show today. You were probably. I thought you were in a car show. How did that go, by the way? Anyways,
Cliff?
yeah,
Dependa stories.
dependent stories. Again,
Adultery.
adultery, right? Yes, it's against the UCMJ.
Mhm.
Okay, even though all the officers are all swingers, right? And they all
Whoa.
and they all
Okay.
they do all this.
That's
stuff.
a strong allegation.
Right.
He
I-
wants to retire in 8
right,
months.
I'm retired. I'm retired. So
I'm
like,
retired too. I'm not jumping on
Like,
that.
like
one.
whatever. So
oh,
whatever.
Wait a
Oh,
second. My
So
husband-
I guarantee if you go ask your division JAG officer, right? If you ask them, I go, what are the most cases you have? It's always adultery when it comes to swinging gone bad. I'm telling you, go ask them. All right, go ask them. All right, so again, you cannot prove adultery unless you have like 100% concrete
What does
evidence.
this have
Unless
to
you
do
have
with
a
the
video.
Dependas. This is what I'm going to talk about.
Okay,
My
okay.
dependent story.
He's
Can I
really
build
stuck
it
on
up?
the adultery thing and a swinging. You were talking about that
Jody.
earlier, right?
Right.
It seems like
Right. So
things didn't
I
place
had
the husband on Nick.
when I was in leadership position, I had my commander say, "Hey, this guy's spouse wants to come talk to me. Can you handle it?" And I was like, "Who's it about?" I can't say their name, obviously. But of course, I'll handle it. Bring him in, right? And so here comes this dependa, right, with a friend, right? And then of course I bring in, like we talked about earlier, I bring in another person, my female medic. I bring her in because there ain't no way I'm going to be in this room with the door closed, like without somebody there
Heck
to know
no.
what's going on, right?
Yep.
So they start talking. My husband's fucking this girl, and I go, and what do you want me to do about it? Right. And she's like, well, adultery is against the UCMJ. I'm like, oh, so you read the UCMJ? You know what article it is? Right. And whatever. And she's like, I'm like, do you know how hard it is to prove adultery in the court of law? Like, you have to literally get them to write a sworn statement saying I did that. Like, that it's almost impossible. So you got these dependents that come in there thinking that they know everything. Don't be that kind of dependent. All right. Don't come into the commander's office, the first sergeant's office, and think that you know what the fuck the military is going to do about something, because you don't. You got zero clue.
So that's
Zero.
type
And
1
you are
dependa.
not-
Yeah.
And you are not.
Because you
responsible.
got various
Don't
dependas.
post it
I'd
on
say that was
social
type
media
1
either.
dependa.
Right.
Type 2
Yeah.
dependent that always used to freak me the fuck out was when we're like out in the field training.
Yeah.
You know, we're out in the woods a couple days. And
Weeks.
Dependa's calling the fucking CQ desk. Where's my husband? It's raining outside. The fuck?
Oh my
We're
God.
infantrymen. Yeah, it's raining. We're out in the field training.
So
Why
now-
is my husband not home? But then it causes like this ripple effect, and like the CG knows about it then, and then they start checking out on us in the field. Like, what the fuck? Like,
So the other side of that too is you have if you're somebody who's interested in marrying a service member, right?
you have zero control.
You have zero control.
Yep.
But also that service member should be sharing the training calendar with you. They should know that. And that happens all the time. And that's why you see
Yes.
these FRG meetings where it's like, hey, no, somebody has to show up.
Yep.
Because if it's you or your wife.
What do you mean
your
you're
spouse.
going to the field? Well, this was put out.
And then
This was-
like we literally put out
training
like 8
calendars.
weeks of a training calendar saying,
We're just
hey,
talking about
in-
the dependas that call them when
Okay,
you're in the
devil's
field.
advocate here. There are also an
Soldiers that
amount-
don't share it with their spouse.
You
There are
weren't even
also
listening.
well, there are amount of people that don't share it with their spouse.
Yes.
There are also a certain
Then you're
amount of
shitty
people
marriage.
that go to the field when no one else is in the field
Yeah, yeah.
for a weekend or two.
Well, yeah. But then you also save the soldiers. You remember that? What was the phrase? Here's a quarter, save your marriage before you go home.
Oh
from
yeah,
the
yeah.
field.
Call home or
Call-
yeah, spend
Yeah.
a quarter, save
When
a
you,
marriage.
yeah, when you
Yeah.
get back from deployment, call first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't even want to get into those dependent stories because they're kind of fucking sad.
Well, yeah. How about so I have one when I was a platoon sergeant with the 101st. We had a guy that went on leave, wasn't supposed to sign out on leave, or didn't sign out on leave, just left. He was a complete kind of a dumbass. But anyway, he just left. So called them. We're like, hey, you got to come back and sign out. Could probably had him do it some other way, but I wasn't about that life at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah.
because he knew he was supposed to sign out at a certain time, place, whatever. Well, his mom came with him to sign him out on leave to complain about how that he had to come back and sign out on leave. Now, let me
His
further
mom?
this- let me further this story
What do you
to
call
say
that?
that was the second parent soldier.
No, but you can't call
conference.
that the mom of the
It could be if she's on
Yeah,
track
she
here.
is.
She is not
If
on
she
track
is,
there.
if she was, yes.
But anyway, she came in. She was also clearly a meth addict
Oh.
who was bitching that her son had to
Oh.
like come back to sign out because crazy that we have rules and regulations and things. Yeah.
Oh.
That was the second parent soldier conference I had to go to. The first one was with a little fellow that tried to tell us that his dad got killed in Iraq because he was getting an Article 15. We found out that his dad was actually working with 110 out of Germany and had not been killed in Iraq. And then his mom came from Minnesota to tell us that we were treating her son poorly because we would hold him to a standard.
Oh, wow.
That's sad.
It is. Cliff just came up with something that's the opposite side where it's the soldier's fault, and I have witnessed this. As
Oh, there are plenty of
100%,
times.
dude.
as
That's
a-
what Buddy was saying
no, wait,
earlier.
as a ranger instructor, right?
Ah,
So he says, "Hey, don't let out all the secrets. Sometimes you need to go to the field by yourself, deer hunting, turkey season, and like so you tell your wife that, oh, sorry, the unit's got to go out to the
yeah,
field.
you know what?
Sorry,
That might be a
guys.
thing. That might be a
Sorry.
thing, but don't not tell your fucking unit
See,
that.
my wife knows that when I went turkey hunting, because I didn't know how to do it, and that was a lot of fun. But I would run around the woods making caca sounds and couldn't find any damn turkeys. But
Okay,
like,
example
yeah,
of the sound.
but so. Oh,
Damn,
I would
we
have
might have just ruined it for a lot of soldiers.
yeah, but that's fine because you gotta get to the root cause of the problem,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like people first, right? Take care of families.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you should take care of your own family.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe you shouldn't lie to your wife.
Yeah.
Right. Like so. Like I literally had RIs come up to me and say, "Hey, Nick, put me on a walking schedule here." And I'm like, I'm like, "You're not walking that day," and he goes, "Just put me on it." I'm like, I got you. So I put him on as a walker.
Damn.
And that schedule gets put up on their fridge, and he's hunting that night.
Yeah.
He's hunting. That's what he's doing. So it's
Yeah,
like
hunting's something.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna go there. But yeah.
it actually does in Florida. It's just hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Destin, Florida. That's
Yeah.
one thing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. I've been at Destin too.
I know you have. So,
For both.
but yeah, I think
The sad dependent story was one we were talking about earlier. I'm not gonna name any names, but in our SMART deployment, one of the guys went home early, and he's also not with us anymore. But he got home and found his fucking dead dog in the apartment,
and the house empty.
and the house was completely
Wow.
empty. He was trying to surprise his wife, like, "Hey, I'm coming home," I'm not.
Should have called.
Should have called.
Should have fucking
Yeah.
Turns
Turns
order
out.
and fucking
Turns out. Surprises work
fucking
both
dead
ways.
puppy in the house. Like, come on, man.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Harlow's a thing.
There's several.
Terrible.
We had one of our guys that
I mean,
that we
I-
lost over there too, and yeah, I don't want to get into all that, but
I have a
his
sad
wife was
dependent
traveling to
story.
like Hawaii a couple weeks later. with a
Let's
bunch of
let
dudes.
Len
Yeah.
close it out with her dependent story.
Okay, it's terrible. It's actually mine. My
Oh, snap.
ex-husband was my dependent. I come home
Oh,
from the
wait, hold
deployment.
on. Let us
And he's
describe.
gone.
Was he the drug
Dependas
dealer?
are not. That's not a female.
She was going to
male
continue on.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what-
But before
Marrying
we
a drug
go,
dealer.
that goes
Yeah,
both ways.
He
It
took
does.
all my
Both
he
that.
took all my
Yeah.
money out of my account, sold my cars, racked up all the credit card bills, and then this is before like cell phones.
while you were out on a ship,
And then
or
he
like
would call long
deployed?
distance and
Submarine.
overseas. So
were
I
a
was on an
submarine?
aircraft carrier.
Aircraft
He would
carrier.
call overseas like
Everybody
it
that
was
maybe was in a
next
submarine.
door, like long distance. And so I come home to all these bills, and there's still dirty dishes, empty baby room, like no kid,
Oh.
like they're gone, completely gone. Like
Yeah.
left me while I was OEF. So yeah,
Is that what they
It was
call it in the
terrible.
Navy? OEF?
yeah. Operation.
Was he in a
Enduring Freedom.
service? No.
I
Wait,
was,
enduring
deployed.
freedom in Afghanistan? There's no water in Afghanistan.
But we were in support of it.
Doing what?
She was on the water.
Shooting fucking missiles.
From where?
From her ship.
From a boat. It's secret. Shut up.
From
Huh?
the Nimitz.
From the Nimitz?
Yeah.
Wasn't the Nimitz in that movie?
Shh, Nimitz in the
They
boat.
were in a lot of movies actually.
Yeah.
But either way, yeah. So
Yeah, dude, dependas
it's,
are a
and,
thing.
it's not
Yeah, yeah.
just to like male
A
military
bee.
service members. It's also
Cliff's a
females.
dependent.
You know,
What's up,
He is.
Cliff? You're a dependent.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His,
Isn't she
It's
like?
his wife's a
sad,
colonel.
right?
I was gonna say, isn't she a colonel?
Yeah.
Dude,
And he's
I'm gonna
retired.
tell
Oh,
you
shit.
100%. If I was a dependent, if I had married, if I was in Cliff's shoes and I was married to a colonel, I would be.
You'd have a Mustang at a car show?
No, I
Right
would-
now,
You'd be
yeah.
the best dependent.
I
ever.
would be the godfather
Yeah.
of the FRG. I'd be like, okay, look, ladies, this is what we're gonna do. Like they're out. We're going
to Applebee's.
We're having picnics. We're having picnics. We're going to Applebee's.
We're selling cookies
We're
at the
selling
commissary.
cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what are they gonna get? Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have a couple places. We're gonna get. Hey,
We're
look,
gonna get our 10%
Brenda,
military discount.
Brenda,
Yeah.
calm down. I need you to go to the gate.
Yeah.
Demand that respect that you've earned.
Damn right.
Demand
Hey, better
it.
salute.
All right.
Yeah.
Becky, Tom.
Oh, Becky.
You guys are going to the commissary. You need a veterans discount
Yeah.
at the commissary. Go get it.
I like that.
Beautiful.
That's good. That's
Oh,
beautiful.
I have them all
On
over the
base, they're
place.
like at the
Jill, Billy,
BX, can I
call-
get a military
call the
discount?
general.
We're on base.
call the general. Complain about some disrespect.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
I'd have them all organized.
So bottom
We'd
line,
have sit-ins,
what we
Commissary sit-ins.
I'll do the AAR. What we
Tea
covered.
time.
Hey, there's no T-bone steaks here for $1.20 a pound. The market price is
Yeah.
$15 a pound.
Sharkies used to do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
God rest Sharky's soul.
steak and
Should we
cheese.
bring that up on a Dependa? No, we'll leave.
I don't
Sharky's
know if
got
that
taken
was
down.
independent,
That was lunch,
but that,
yeah.
that looked like Chow Hall number 17
Yeah.
at Fort Bragg.
Yeah.
Sharkies, like
Yeah.
people in uniform just
And you could still I think you could still have a beer for lunch.
you know
too,
that
right?
you know that you couldn't eat, like there wasn't enough light to see the salad that came with that meal.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it tasted.
We're all
brown.
alive still.
Like you could taste the brown in the lettuce.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
What are you doing at a strip club for lunch on a Tuesday? It's called Fort Bragg.
Recruiting.
It's steak.
Yeah, it's steak for $5. Here's the thing.
It's steak.
Here's the thing. I don't know if you
Steak
know
and
about the task organization of an infantry platoon, but there are 4 squad leaders in an infantry platoon.
Yeah.
For $20 a month, all 4 of you could go every Thursday to
Yeah.
Sharkies for lunch.
It's not like nobody cared about
Steak.
the naked women. It was just the steak.
potatoes and potatoes. Yeah.
Steak and titties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much was it?
$5.
$5?
$5.
Yeah, I'm there.
Sharky's also
Yeah.
had quarter pitchers.
Oh,
They want
we couldn't have
so,
those.
so they want to
to
complain
go back
about
to work.
money. You can go to Sharky's for $5
Yeah,
for
well,
lunch.
A,
Like,
you
come
had to
on.
go back to work, and B, you had to go back to work and take a shower to get any glitter. that might
Sharky's
be
no
on-
longer a thing though, huh?
No, they got
Nope.
taken down.
They made
All right,
poor
yeah.
financial
They-
decisions
they-
back
they-
All right,
then.
well, they didn't make poor financial decisions. They got involved with some
Money laundering.
A lot
maybe a
of
little bit of
strip clubs
crooked
did.
stuff.
Yeah,
Mickey's too, man.
yeah.
Whoa.
That whole Korean Square got shut down. But all right, let's do a little AAR here. So what we covered was
That's
COVID.
after action review for all you civilians watching.
COVID
yeah.
was 100% created to kill boomers and to stop people talking about the sex trades, the human trafficking, Epstein, all that kind of stuff. So it was created to kill boomers in China, and then we all found different ways to use it to distract us from everything. So that's been science.
Well, we didn't find it.
We did the scientific method.
Yep.
All right.
It's
We've
been
proven.
proven.
It's been proven.
100%
Science doesn't
proven.
prove anything, but math and logic does. And I think we've done that. I think we were able to.
Yeah,
do
well, we disproved that it's not.
yeah,
the
we
case.
disproved that that's not real.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then we started talking about a little bit of marriage. We introduced some of the people, and we had Monica, we had Len on.
Our
even
mods,
Giuseppe,
hell yeah.
Even well,
Our family, not just mods.
not just
They're
my
just
well,
VTT family.
Dave's from Europe, so he likes a class system.
yeah.
So he puts you a little bit lower than where he is.
No.
See, me, you're family to me. I'm from America. All right. So that's just life. But no, hey, Dave's getting married, so we talked about some dependent stories. But the bottom line, what I want you to take from this, and
Oh, here we go.
it's for the love of God, you are responsible for your own life. All right. You signed your contract to join the DOD. Right. In that contract, did it say anything about you need to be able to move off base and have a family? Right. Nowhere in that did it say that.
But it
Okay.
does say exactly how much you're going to get paid.
Correct. You
It
know
does.
exactly what you're going to get.
Hashtag BH.
And again, get out of the damn army and then go have a kid and then go pay for your
we could have went
healthcare.
on with that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
does anybody-
Contract marriages, how many
Yeah.
soldiers?
Oh,
I mean, real
my
quick.
God.
That's a good. That's a good.
Contract
It is a
Yeah.
dependent because how many soldiers got married right
But
before
they're no longer
deployments?
dependents at that point.
They're not. They
Well,
just,
see,
they
now
just
that,
got married before
now that I'm
deployments.
retired, when they allowed gay marriage in the military,
Okay.
I was holding safety briefs every Friday, and all my guys watching right now from Hawaii know this. I said, "You all need to go get married this weekend." I go,
Yeah.
all of you, all right? And they're like, "What? What for, sir?" I was like, "You all need to marry each other, all right?"
Yeah.
And then you go buy a $4.6 million house on North
Dude,
Shore, and then you sell it for $8 million when you leave here, right? Like, why would you not do that?
How awesome would it be?
Talk about I've been figuring the system out.
How
Yeah.
awesome would it
Yes.
be if you were in a platoon?
agree.
If you
No
were in an
shit,
infantry
right?
platoon and your best homie, you were like, "Hey, dude,
We gotta
we're gonna go get married." Then you would make sure that every duty station after that, you were with your homie the whole
Yeah.
time.
The whole time.
Yeah,
And then you have
What's the
BH,
light?
you have
Every
dual
duty
BH,
station.
All
But
dual
then,
Yeah.
BH.
yeah.
And then one of you might be more square away than the other, and you
Dual-
get paid
dual
more.
BH.
Hey, I think they made a movie about that called "I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but the
I've seen
military
the TikTok
version, they
of
should
it.
make one of
Same,
those.
actually.
So this will lead
should-
into
we
another
should make a
conversation we'll
movie
have
like
another
that.
time about steroids. We've already talked about that.
What?
No, talk about how how you can play the system.
Oh,
So
okay.
so when the transgenders got allowed in the military, they were giving them hormones. So therefore, if I identify as a stronger person, I should be able to get hormones. Like I should be able to get HGH because I
Yeah.
identify as a 240-pound muscle man.
A
Right?
linebacker.
Like, I'm a linebacker.
Yeah.
That's what I want to be.
True.
Right. So anyways, we'll get into that later. Hey, Dave's gonna get married tomorrow. We'll see you guys next week.
Boom.
What's up, sports fans? Are you looking for a job? Do you want to change in careers? Do you want to own your own business? I got the answer for you. This show is brought to you by FleetTex. FleetTex is partnering with veterans with mechanical or electronic experience. FleetTex specializes in on-site deployment of GPS tracking equipment and cameras for fleet vehicles across our nation. Check out what they do at www.fleettex.com. Apply today. Currently targeting veterans living in Michigan, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee. Local work and travel opportunities may be available in other areas. FleetTex proudly supports our military, its service members, our veterans, and their families. Enjoy the show.